What is up, you guys? It's T, and welcome back to T Unfiltered, where I yap about life and all the weirdness in it. And today I have a wonderful friend here as my guest, Brandon. Brandon Basilio?
Basilio.
Okay, period. I got it right. The reason why I wanted you on this podcast is because your Instagram. It is very intriguing. You have the cars, you have the watches. Like, you got that shmoney lifestyle. Okay, and then I read your bio and it said business funding.
So I help people get 50K in capital. Yeah.
Okay, so like, what is that? Because when I first saw your Instagram, I was like, he's part of a Ponzi scheme. Like, what is this? Like, he's part of the mafia. He like does like money laundering. Like, what is like what's going on? How does that work?
So the best way I can describe is a lot of people think that I provide the money. I'm not a loan officer. I just do consulting. So obviously in business, relationships are the biggest thing, right? So because of that, I've networked with probably about 50 different banks in Houston, and I've reached out to a couple credit unions and whatnot, and I built a relationship with either their business relationship manager or the VP, to now where it's like, hey, listen, I do credit repair. Obviously, in order to get approved for a loan, you have to have really good credit or excellent financial history. If I bring you these clients, can you guarantee or help me guarantee that they're going to get this amount of funding? Mm-hmm. So now they kind of have like a snapshot of like, okay, if you have a 700, I get you at least 80 to 150K. If you have an 800, I get you this plus lines of credit. So with that being said, I'm sort of acting as their like filter.
Right.
So now people are like, okay, well, I can just go to the bank, get a loan, blah, blah, blah.
Huh.
But the difference is, like I said, I have the relationship with underwriters. I have the relationship with the business relationship manager. So if you just go into a bank and ask them for a $50,000 loan, send me your financial documents, send me this, send me your social security, all that, versus, hey, Brandon sent you over, I'm just going to push your file through.
Yeah.
So that's my job. So I do get a fee for it.
Wait, that's kind of scary though.
How?
Have you ever had a situation where you had a client that needed their credit repaired and all that stuff and like funding, and then because you kind of have to give the bank and all that stuff your word, like, oh, this client is good.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what I'm saying. So I filter it.
Yeah.
So if you're missing one thing, I don't even send them over. I just
Okay.
tell them, hey, you need to fix this, or like, hey, you need to add that. Otherwise, we're not moving forward, because at the end of the day, your reputation is what grows your business. If I tell someone, hey, I'm gonna get you this much, and then you get denied, then I look like a liar or a scammer.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of on both ends. Because now if I bring a client who has a 600 credit score, but they told me they had like a 720 to the bank, and then the bank's like, we're not gonna do business with you because you just sent us a bullshit client. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It works both ways. That's why I have to tell people, hey, listen, this is not for everybody. I could get you there. I could get anyone funding, but you have to reach the certain criteria. And not a lot of people know that. They think, okay, I just need an 800 credit score.
Right.
No. You also need at least a $10,000 limit. You also need at least a stable job. You know, you have to structure your business properly.
Right.
Like if your LLC name is wrong, like let's say it's something sketchy, or like not sketchy, but high risk, like investor, trucking, things like that, you get flagged. All because of your name. You can make $1 million and they see your name, they'll automatically deny you.
Wow.
A lot of people know that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're using my knowledge.
Like, I don't know any of this stuff. Okay, so yay, he's not part of a Ponzi scheme. Like, yeah.
So it sounds kind of sketchy
is
because
this man?
Whenever I tell people, it's like it's up to 150K.
Yes.
It's like some people get 50, some get 150.
Right.
But 150 is like sort of like the sweet spot. It used to be more. The banks are starting to tighten up because a lot of people are defaulting on loans. Now I have to make sure the right people are actually using it and they have a plan. I'm just gonna get you money and you're like, okay, I have this money. What now?
Right.
I always tell them, let me see your business plan, because if you default on that loan, that's on me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So have you ever had a client that was like, please, like, I need your services, help me out, and you were just like trying to help them and you were like, no, this is not going to work at all, like, you are not meant to do this?
About half of them, I just say, no, this is not going to work.
Business wise, or just your services? Like, have you ever had a client come up and they just had the worst business idea ever and you were like, I do not even want to endorse this personally?
Not necessarily. Okay, so the ones I do kind of say no to are the ones who trap. Because they're just going to use our money to flip it. I'm just like, bro, no. Because one, I don't know if there's a guarantee that you're actually going to pay the money back. And two, I'm not about to launder money for you.
Yes,
like, no.
exactly. Because
I was like, if you have a legit business, like you want to start a barbershop or you want to invest in real estate, then yeah, I'll 100% help you. But anything other than that, I'm like, no.
Okay. Fascinating. Okay. Have you ever had a client? Sorry, I'm just so like talking more about it, because when he had first said, oh, I do this. I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. They don't teach you that.
Yeah, they really don't.
It's about what you know.
Okay, so how did you find out how to do all of this stuff? You didn't grow up thinking I'm gonna do credit repair as a 5-year-old. You were, probably like wanted to be an astronaut or something.
I guess we'll start from the beginning of how like I even started to like want to do my own thing. So from the beginning, I've always wanted to be in real estate. It's just like growing up, whenever my parents were shopping for houses, they would take me out of school to go look at it with them, and like I was always fascinated by it. And right out of high school, I was in the classes, but whenever I was close to taking my test, I didn't have like the best like crowd. And I'm not saying about my family, it's more so the people I was in the classes with in real estate.
Right.
They're just like, you're too young, like you just need to get into sales, learn about sales, and then build your book of business. So that's when I started working at BMW. And then from there, I was like, I'm already making like decent money for like someone who's fresh out of high school, in college. Why do I need to go to school?
Right.
So the other thing is to my parents, Asian parents, you tell them you're not going to college anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
That's like
yikes.
dishonoring the family right there.
You're going to get beat for that.
So I had, obviously with my parents, like we all know how to navigate our parents. So what I did is I had college algebra and then I had algebra from high school. So I sat it in front of them. I'm like, which one is college and which one's high school?
Oh my gosh.
And then they're just like, they look the same. And I'm like,
exactly.
What? Exactly. I was like, why am I learning things from like my freshman year in high school as my freshman year in college? Like that makes no sense. On top of that, I was paying for my college at the time. So, because I mean, I did get scholarships, but they were to like major universities. I didn't want to move over there. I was told just to get your first 2 years in a community college and then transfer over.
Right.
So whenever I started seeing all this, because I was majoring in business, that's what I wanted to do. And I was just learning all these things. I'm just like, this is not going to help me. Everything's outdated. Learning how to market. I'm going to do newspapers and billboards. I was like, that shit doesn't work. Everything's online and digital. So after that, it kind of like clicked in my head. Like, I'm wasting my time here. I'm already making money that people go to school for 4 or 5 years. For that salary, I'm already making it because I'm in sales. So I was like, you know what? Let me just take a step back. The deal that I had with my parents is that if they see my bank account going up, I don't have to go back. So
wow.
From there, it just started going up.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you started at BMW. How did you get that job, I guess, like coming out of, or I guess starting at BMW?
Honestly.
Because that is so interesting, like coming out of high school.
The thing it would be, like, I can't take no as an answer.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to business. Like,
okay.
I have to, like, I'm a closer. That's what it is.
Yes.
So I went every single day for 2 weeks trying to get a hold of the general manager that worked there. Because I had no experience at all. I was just like, hey, like, anything I can do, you're going to park cars.
Oh, my gosh.
You're going to, like, wash cars, anything. I just want to start because I know, I love BMWs. Like, it's always been my dream car to get one. So then, eventually, like, the second week, when I was, like, so close to giving up, he was there. He's like, hey, you're the kid that won't leave my office.
That is so funny.
I was like, well, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm here to get a job and work directly for you.
Oh,
one
my
day,
gosh.
I want to be in your seat.
What?
And then he laughed. He's like, I like that. You know what? Give me a couple days. Let me think about it. I like your energy. I think you're a go-getter. I was like, okay, so then what's the issue? Why can't you hire me now? Like, is there anything that I've said throughout this process that makes you doubt me?
Right.
He's like, no. So I was just like, all right, so when do you want me to take the drug test?
Right. You were like, why are you waiting? I'm here now. Put me to work now.
He's just like, I like you. Like, okay, you're hired. Come in at 9 a.m. and then we're good to go. So that's when I got my first job there.
That's crazy. I feel like that's a very movie thing to do.
And you just got to be confident.
Yes. You got to be like hungry for what you want. Yeah. And not just be like, oh, well, if the door opens, then I'll accept it and all that stuff. So it's very refreshing to hear that because that sounds very straight out of a movie. Like, oh, you're like down on your luck, but you have the ambition. It's very like Sylvester Stallone and Rocky vibes. I just had to report it
to my family. That's
exactly.
That's really it.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying they were supportive. It's just more so they were safe.
Yes.
They wanted structure. They wanted guarantees.
Yes.
Here's
of
me,
course.
Like, take a risk.
So would you say that not everyone needs to go to college? Or would you say like, no, get your degree. Like, don't do what I did. It worked for me, but like don't do it.
For me and then everyone, because I've always asked people, like my friends who went to school, like at Ivy League schools, like, hey, like, was it worth it? 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, not really, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're a doctor or like a lawyer.
Right.
Like things
where you need formal schooling for. Yeah.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. But as far as like everything, well, even then, like ChatGPT just passed the bar exam.
Oh my God. I did not know that, but that's crazy.
It's just like things like that. It's just like, I mean, and then my friends now, they tell me, they're like, yeah, before we go to the doctor or urgent care, we chat GPT everything. They're like to the T.
Right.
On everything. So now it's just like we're saving like a couple $1,000s from like a simple, oh, our child's just sick. So yes and no, but for me personally, and for what I'll tell my family, I don't think it's worth it unless, like I said, it's medical or being a lawyer. Just because, like I said, it's just like I didn't learn anything. I personally didn't. They told me they didn't. Now they're hundreds of thousands in student loan debt.
Yeah,
that you're never gonna pay back.
Exactly. So, I mean, I paid off my.
I'm clearing people's student loan debts on credit.
Dang,
that's how bad it is.
That's crazy. Yeah. Did your parents want you to be? Were they at least okay with you being in real estate, or were they like, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer?
Oh, nah, they never got the doctor. It was more so they wanted to be like a pilot.
Oh.
Or work in oil and gas with my dad. Like,
yeah, super safe.
But then that's when I started thinking, I had an interview with my dad, believe it or not, and out of like the 20 applicants, it was me and another applicant. But the applicant, his dad was one of the managers. And my dad was still sort of like working his way up. So it's between me and him. But the difference was I had the work background.
Yeah.
Like I had the history to the T. I excelled every single job that I've had. Guess what his job was?
What?
I mean, nothing against him, but
right.
Pushing carts at HEB, and he got the job over me.
Oh.
Because he went to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, that's...
Yeah, so that kind of like was a little dent to my ego, but I was just like, you know what? This is a sign from God that I don't need to be here. Because then, now that I think about it, I'll talk to people, like, I feel like my crowd is like older people, and I'll talk to them like, yeah, so what's anything that you would change? How's your job? Because you've been with this company for like 20, 30 years. You're the VP. You're the manager. Oh, yeah, like, I worked my way up. I got a $10,000 increase within the last, like, 5 years. And it's like, so you're giving away 20 years of your life to somewhat get a $10,000, $15,000 increase. I was like, I'll sell one house, $15K. If I want to sell more, I just work harder the same month, and then I could just relax and chill.
Y'all, sorry if you see all this, like, movement in my drapes and stuff. My cats are just deciding that they want to hang out in this room today when they've never done that before in their life. So, interesting.
So, as far as, like, working the corporate world, I would never go back. Like,
no, corporate is, like...
No amount of money. People are like, oh... What if like you get paid like $2 million a year? I was like, listen, man, I'm not about to. I want to wake up whenever I want. I like waking up past 11. I like leaving whenever I want.
Right.
I don't want to have to ask someone, hey, like, can I take a week off? Can I take 2-3 days off so I can go vacation, go see my family, so I go to a funeral? I don't want to do that shit. I'm gonna leave whenever I want.
Right. Okay. So with the business funding credit repair, you have your own hours for that, or is it how did that start then from the BMW thing?
I don't even touch any of my businesses anymore. It's all delegated and automated. So I have AI and I have people working for me now. So and that's
I'm so gagged because I don't even know what even to ask at this point, because it's like, how did you get here? Like now this is Brandon time now, because he's just gonna yap about his whole life, and I'm just gonna sit here and listen.
Let me speed run.
Yes.
So after BMW,
okay,
and then I was just like, I worked at a home builder, not custom home builder, but a luxury builder. It was everything.
How did you find that?
Same thing.
What?
I went on LinkedIn. I probably sent at least like 30, 40 messages to all the hiring managers, all the presidents, just for them to know, like, hey, listen, these are my stats. This is what I've sold. This is what I've done my whole career. I'd love a 5-minute opportunity or 2-minute opportunity. I'd love to show up to your office. I'll go to every single community just to learn the business. Like, so things like that.
Oh my god!
I mean, obviously, I wasn't gonna drive to like 30 different communities.
Right.
I'll go to 1 or 2 and learn it. But that's how determined I am to get the job interview.
You'll do whatever it takes.
Out of the 100 people that I've messaged, one guy responded to me, and he was actually he was a sales trainer for that company, and he's just like, you know what, man, I like your attitude. I get a lot of people messaging me, just sending me their resumes, but you actually wanted to get to know me, because that's at the end of the day relationships.
On LinkedIn.
Yeah, on LinkedIn. So he became one of my mentors, and he told me, he was like, I can get you this job, but you need 4 years experience minimum selling something of high value.
Right.
BMW is not enough. I want you to work at this spot, this builder for a little bit, and then come talk to me.
What?
So probably 6-7 months I worked for this builder. It was just like a bullshit builder. And then I reached out to him. I was like, hey, these are my numbers. He's like, this is what you accomplished with no experience. I'm like, yeah. I was like, because I really want to work for you.
Right.
Like, this is like my dream job. 5-6 months in, I was just like, this is not what I imagined. Like, everything was perfect. I could leave whenever I want. I could take vacations. You know, I was making really good money. I'm just like, something's missing. Like, I feel like this isn't my purpose. Like, I still have to clock in. I still have to leave whenever they want.
Right.
I have to answer to someone. I was like, this is not for me. So that's when I was like, you know what? I've sold a good amount of houses. I made relationships. Let me just become a realtor. Like, my original job that I wanted since I was young. So I'd be lying if I told you that I struggled. I did it.
Oh my gosh.
I had the connections. You know, I had the support. People already loved working with me.
Yeah.
I never bullshitted anyone. So like my first month, I sold like 6-7 houses. And just like I said, that's like 10-15K per house that I sold.
Oh my gosh. What?
So like the first year, I killed it.
Yeah.
And then I was getting recruited by different brokerages, but to me, just like, I still didn't feel complete.
I'm just so like, okay, so you took your real estate license and then you're like, in 2 weeks, you studied for
5-6 months. I didn't study for shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I just took the test, the practice test over and over and over again. And this is what I told, because I have 5 agents under me, and I told them, all you have to do is skip all the lessons, just take the question, the practice test, take it over and over until you can't fail, until you make 105 times. And that's what I did, and I passed within 2 weeks.
I'm gagged. Like, I am so shook right now because, okay, and then so...
It's because you don't learn, like, you don't use 90% of the shit that you learn.
Yeah, it's a lot of all the study material that you're given. It's always filled with filler stuff. So you went to your first listing. Like, how did that go? Were you nervous? Like,
no, I had people reaching out, and the thing is like, you don't have to know anything about the house. They like you, and they feel like that you're in their corner instead of like your pockets. They're gonna buy from you.
Right.
So
okay.
That's what happened. I would go in these houses. I wouldn't know anything about it. I would just look at my phone. Yeah, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths.
You're like walking through the house, like, oh, this is the bedroom. That's a closet. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
A glorified door opener.
Yes.
Yeah, but
wow.
Whenever it did get time to negotiating, that's when I excelled. I would get them like full closing costs. It's like 20-30K covered, $60,000 off the home. It's just crazy things like that. But because I had background knowledge working at the builders, so that was like my advantage at the end of the day. And on top of that, people like working with me.
Yeah. Okay.
There's been times where I've given up like my full commission just so a client could like buy their house.
Really? Yeah. What?
Because I was already doing well. I didn't need the money.
Like, I'm so shook right now. This is crazy. Did you ever have a moment where things were just not going well? Like you had a period of just like I'm in the negatives. I gotta like
well, not negative.
shape up.
It's more so this was when I was still working. Okay, so I missed a chunk that I didn't want to mention, but since we're getting to know each other,
yes,
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So before when
he was gonna hide this from me. That's crazy. That's so rude.
Okay, whenever I was at working for the builder, the one that I really wanted to work for, I went in a really bad investment. Like I met this guy. Told me like, hey, listen, like invest in my company. It's about 150K, but I'll pay you like 10K every single month or 15K. Those are gonna be your dividends.
Whew.
So
I have heard this before. I've heard this before.
So I was just like, right.
Yeah.
So he started inviting me to dinners.
Right.
He had multiple cars. He was letting me use them. He's like, yeah, you want it? Here's the keys. Use them whenever you want.
Yeah.
So I was in all these nice exotic cars. Range Rovers, whatnot, freaking like a BMW i8. I was like, man, like this is amazing. Like he actually has it.
Yes, he has the stuff. Yeah.
I didn't talk to my CPA like, hey, is this guy legit? I was just like, yeah. I was like I said, I was doing well. I was young. I didn't give a shit. I was like, where do I send the wire? So I sent him the money, 150K, and then it was like another 25K for like an LLC so I could be part of whatever. Like I said, at the time, I had no financial literacy at all.
Right.
I didn't know anything.
Right.
So I went in.
I mean, you were young.
Yeah, exactly. I was young.
I use TurboTax still, okay? Like, I don't even know, like, how to do my taxes.
So that's when everything went to shit. I'm just like, hey, man, like, it's been, like...
Where my money?
6-7 months. Like, what's going on? Oh, like, the shares haven't been distributed. We'll wait next year, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my gosh.
4 or 5 years later, nothing. Well, actually, not even 4 or 5 years. Just, like, about a year later, because I was just, like, depending on that money. Like, I wasn't even working anymore because I just started real estate. And my deals... like, I was selling new construction homes, so if they weren't already built, I had to wait like 3 or 4 months. So I had the money. Like I sold those houses, but I didn't get the paychecks yet because they have to close first. So I was just like, okay, like I'm running out of money. Like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
So then I was over here freaking out. And then like it got to the point where I was just like, damn, I did research on him. Motherfucker has done this shit multiple times in different states.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so at that point I was just like, damn, like I just lost 175K. My parents don't know this. Like,
Yes.
no one knows this. And at the time, I was in a relationship, so it's just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I was like, kind of not really taking care of her, but really
Hey,
I was.
babe.
So I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So, long story short, it's like, I had to choose, you know? I had to choose me, so we ended up breaking up just because, like I said, I was like, you know, I don't have the time. Like, I have to focus, I have to lock in. But at the time, I gave her another excuse because I didn't want to tell her I was broke.
Yeah.
And I also didn't want to depend on her to support me because I didn't want to be like those bum boyfriends. So it was hard, but I was like, you know what? I have to. I got to focus on my family. I got to focus on me because most people would kill themselves over losing like 150K.
That's a lot. That's
and then
a lot.
on top of that, another 25K a month later. So it's like I'm like 175K deep.
Yeah.
I have maybe like a couple $100s in my bank. I'm just like, okay, either I got to make this money in real estate or I got to go get another job.
Yeah.
And I refused to get another job. So that's when I started messaging everyone. Like, I was bothering people. Someone
Who wants a house?
Someone graduated. Hey, congratulations. All you need is a house.
I'm like,
You
please
have a
buy this
baby.
house.
You have a baby. Congratulations. Now y'all can buy a house. I was annoying with it. I was spamming people. And then eventually, like I said, out of the 100, 200 people I reach out a day, I'd get like maybe 1 or 2 people that were serious about it. But over time, it just kept snowballing until they started sending me referrals. And I never ran a single piece of ad to get people. It was just nothing but referrals. Even till this day, like all my businesses, all referrals.
Wow. Okay. So during that time where you were sort of building yourself up, what did your day-to-day look like? Waking up in the morning, like say it's a Monday morning.
Yeah.
What time are you waking up? What are you doing?
Still same thing, 11, 12.
Really?
Yeah. But sometimes, like I said, even though I woke up at 11 or 12, I would still try to get the work done. I wouldn't sleep till like 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped working at 9 to 5 to
Yeah.
work 15, 16 hours a day.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good trade-off. I mean, hey, now you're your own boss.
No, but like I
so-
said, I did that to a point where I felt like I was comfortable and like I wasn't drowning anymore. But like I said, that's why I stopped going out. You know, I stopped with all the distractions. I stopped playing video games. I just focused on just work.
During the time that you had to lock in, you had to break up with your girlfriend at the time. Did you lose any friends in this process? They were like, you don't go out anymore. Like,
A ton.
really?
But thank God I have friends who understand, you know. Yeah, they're a little like upset that I stopped going out, but they understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never were like, oh man, like that's fake, blah, blah, blah. But that's just people I attract, people who understand. So yeah, no, not really. I mean, I did lose a lot of people just because, like I said, if I feel like if you don't benefit me, and I don't mean like money-wise, but just like relationship-wise, if I'm constantly there for you and you're not there for me, then it's a one-way street. But I have cut off a lot of people, like a lot of friends, close friends. I probably have like one childhood friend.
And it's all sort of from the whole having to build yourself up and like focus on yourself and be in your little corner and
just growing because people do drag you down. Like, that's like the hard truth, but friends do come and go. So it's just like
it's a part of life.
It's life, yeah. Like you have to want more for yourself.
So then did you ever have a period where it was like, this is not for me? Like, oh, I think this is a moot question at this point because like from this story, it just seems like you were just on the up from the start.
I will say this, I've been blessed by God.
Yes, no,
100%.
truly. Like what is happening right now?
Because a lot of people are like, oh, so you never really struggled. I was like, I did for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, I just listened and like went with my gut feeling and everything's been good so far.
Okay, so how do you, I'm like so shook. You're like one of those kinds of people that, like I've always said, some people have a knack for business and some people absolutely don't. Like my mom, she started her business probably around the same age as I am now, but I'm a dum-dum. Like I'm not gonna start my own business. I am afraid of the failure. I'm afraid of, having to start over. I'm afraid of putting myself out there.
But why though?
I don't know. I think that's just unfortunately, that's just how some people are. But then some people like you just have that skill.
But think about it this way though. If you don't start it, you're gonna be in the same position.
Yeah.
So what are you really losing? A little
Right.
bit of time?
Well, I don't know. See, like that's the thing. Do you think that your mentality for
People
life
lose 3 or 4 years worth of time in relationships. You don't want to lose 1 month starting a business and then failing.
What?
That's why, like, I tell people, like, you waste time playing video games.
Yeah.
You waste time in relationships. You waste time going out. Mm-hmm. Way more money and way more risk. But you don't want to start one business that could possibly blow up.
Yeah. So do you think that sort of mentality and that sort of mindset is learned, or do you think that's something inherent?
You just have to go through it.
Like okay.
I said, I've lost a lot, but I've also gained a lot too.
The
pros have always been higher.
So what if you were living this exact life, but you weren't blessed by God? You were actually not very as charismatic as you are in this timeline. Like how
would I transition?
Yeah.
And navigate? Hard work.
I just like
Hard work beats talent all the time because I feel like I have talent right now.
you do.
Like, I do.
And I think that's the thing that some
But
people
also
don't have.
hard work as well, like
Yeah.
when I need to. When I really, really need to lock in, I'll actually put in the work. But right now, like I said, I've just been finding the purpose.
Yeah.
I just found my purpose in life. And
Really?
it wasn't business either.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. So what if someone came to you and was like, because you have a mentorship thing too.
I just started it.
Yes. Okay, so what if someone comes into your mentorship and, with all due respect, peace and love, they're just like really bad. You're like, okay, sell me a house. And then they're like, hey, do you want to buy this house? It's really cool and I love it and it's so great.
I don't work with everyone.
Okay.
I only work with people who actually can have a conversation.
Uh-huh.
Like, if I feel like that I'm losing like IQ points, go work with Keller Williams, have them train you.
Should I cut that out?
No, because they have an excellent like first time agent like startup program.
Oh, okay.
They teach you everything you need to know. But my thing is, it's just like relationships. That's all you really need. And then obviously like laws, ethics, contracts. But that's easy to learn. It takes like maybe an hour to learn it.
What if they're like just, I don't mean to be rude. What if they're just the most inept person?
Yeah, that's what I tell people. I was like, if you could put in at least 20%, minimum 20%, you could sell a couple houses, you could do credit repair, you could do business funding. It's just usually 20% minimum.
What if someone was like, this is my passion for real, and I just want to do it so bad, and they try so hard, but they just do not have the knack for it?
I don't think I've experienced someone like that.
Really?
Because I've had people who like self-doubt, but I'm just like, if you're doing this every single day for 90 days and there's no results, you could talk to me. But usually the second month, they usually have results.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, but the people who just don't try 90 days, I'm just like, that's you. You didn't try.
So this is really like anybody can do it. You just have to work.
I'm not special. I tell every single time I post my content or someone asks me, I'm like, I'm nothing special.
Right.
It's not because I know how to talk to people, because I have a lot of followers. And I was like, that shit does not mean anything. I started with 0. I just blew it because I was consistent. That's really a key word, consistency.
But you don't think you have like that sort of personality, that sort of, because I think to some degree you do have to have something inherent within you to be able to get as far as you did.
Personality, I mean, can you really teach personality?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you can, but it's just really, like I said,
I guess it's like a fake it till you make it sort of thing too.
Yes, but I feel like if you learn how to talk, talk to people and actually care, then people can see that. Because I tell people all the time, like, it doesn't matter what you know, what you offer. If people like you, they will buy from you.
Wow, okay, so your mentorship program, like what does that entail then?
Whatever they want to learn.
Whatever they want to learn.
Real estate. They want to learn how to start a credit repair business, do business funding, start their own mentorship.
Yeah.
But obviously, you have to be top 1% to start the mentorship. You can't just start it off the rip.
Right.
When you don't know shit.
So, like, you know how people are like, oh, move in silence. Like, don't talk about all this. Da, 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 da. Do you believe in that, because you seem very open about what you do?
Move in silence. I wouldn't really post anything.
Yeah.
Like, the cars, the watches. I never posted because that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I didn't really give a shit what people thought. But then what I did learn is people are materialistic.
Yeah.
So if you want to make sales and then you want people to believe you, you have to show them the bank account. You got to show them the watches, the cars. You have to show them the extravagant lifestyle. 'Cause I live that day every day.
Yes.
I just don't post it because I really don't care. It's for me. But what my mentors taught me is that just people, no one's ever going to 100% believe you because some people have been scammed in the past. So you have to show them. This is what you got to do. And I bought my Corvette.
Yes.
I bought that shit cash for marketing.
That's right.
I didn't want that car. That's not my car.
That's not his car.
I want a Urus. That's what I want. And then my mentor was just like, bro, just
I got a Corvette and I paid it in cash, but I don't even like this car.
I don't like
it's
it.
for
I don't.
marketing. I'm
Apparently
sick.
that's like every guy's like dream car that you've made it car. I'm just like, you think that's a make it car? Okay.
Wow.
But then, people have different, goals, visions.
Yes.
Because I used to think that.
Oh,
nice. I used to think that as soon as you make 100K, you've made it.
Yeah.
And then I surrounded myself with people who are making that a month. And I'm like very skeptical. I'm like, you're not fucking making 100K a month.
Right.
Until they showed me. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
This is a whole nother avenue. And once you start surrounding yourself with people like that, I hit my first 100K month.
Right.
It was 150 in 1 month. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, this is amazing. But at the same time, didn't change anything. Because a lot of people think that once you start, you make it in life, everything's amazing. Yeah.
And then you could just like coast.
But
yeah.
Then again, like I was saying, it's lonely at the top because not everyone could go on vacation. Not everyone can do things that you want, buy things that you want. That's what I learned. I'm like, damn, like this is great. You know, it's life changing. I don't have to work anymore. But I felt empty because I had all this. I could buy whatever I want.
Yeah.
But I can't share it with everyone. So that's when I was just like, maybe this isn't my purpose. Maybe something else is. And then whenever I bullshitted one time and I posted on my story, like, hey, this is how much I made in a week. I think it was like 30, 40K.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, like you should teach. I was like, who wants to be mentored by me? But I was just bullshitting.
Yeah.
100 messages within an hour.
Are you serious?
People that I know, people who follow me who I don't even know, they're like, yeah, like, what is your mentorship pricing? What are you doing? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was capped. I was like,
you can come to my house and we'll like hang out and I'll just like tell you stuff.
So that's when I like started mentorship. So I was just like, you know what? If people really want to learn, I'll help them. But it's just like the success rate is not high. It's like 3-4%. I'm honest about it with people. I'm like, listen, like, this is everything that I've done. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm telling you everything that I did to be successful. But it all depends on you. If you actually execute it, if you actually post every day, do the things I'm telling you to do, then yeah, it'll work. But if not, then whatever. But so, even then, I'll tell people, because they're like, oh, what's the most you made in credit repair? I'm like 50. And then they're like, well, what if I only do this? I was like, well, one, how much you making at your job? 30, 40K? Would you be mad if you made an extra 10, 15K for the year doing nothing?
Right.
They're like, no. I'm like, exactly. I was like, I can guarantee you'll make $10,000 extra for the year.
Wow.
But as far as like hitting a 50K month, that's on you. If you post every day, start telling people about your services, because that's what people are scared of. They're like, people don't want to support me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. Those aren't your friends. The biggest support has been for strangers, believe it or not.
So when you started, doing all this marketing, like posting the cars and posting the watches and posting all the, like, this is how much I made, like, this is my mentorship, did you get any haters? Any of your friends, like, people that you thought were friends were like, ew, like, look at this clown, like, he's posting all this stuff?
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
Well,
okay.
That I know of.
That you know of, right. Okay.
Definitely was pretty positive. I mean, I have had people who I did try to help in the past who just now, because I've been trying. So thing is, like growing up, I was always trying to help people around me, like on the come up.
Right.
They didn't want to take it. They wanted to see me first. I'm just like, man, like at this point, it's too late. Like I'm too busy to even teach you.
Dang.
And now you have to pay.
Yes.
Yeah,
wow.
I tried to help you 2 or 3 years ago, but it just sucks that you didn't have like, that belief in me at the time.
So with your mentorship, what do you provide for your clients that are signing up for this mentorship?
So it really depends, because right now I'm not really teaching people the business funding aspect, just because you probably won't get your first client until 3 months, 6 months, 7 months. And a lot of people are paying money for me to teach them. But like I said, I like to give people results the first month if I can. Just because, like I said, I want to show them that they can make money whenever. Yeah. So I haven't really been offering that to anyone yet until they go through the credit repair program. Because I want, while they're waiting to get a client for the business funding, because like I said, you have to match certain criteria and requirements. If you don't hit it, then you can't help them. But whenever you do find that person, that's like an extra like 10, 15K for one client. So with the credit repair, everyone needs credit. Everyone needs to buy a house, buy a car, lease an apartment. They always check credit. So that's why I always tell people, I was like, start off with that. I'll build you the whole business where you only have to work 1 hour out of the week. And that's just talking to your virtual assistant overseas in the Philippines that I train and I hire for you. And I start the whole business for you. So now you're CEO. All you do is promote it on your page. Doesn't matter if you have 10 followers, 100, 1,000. You let everybody know that you do credit repair and you show them results. You can use my results. Say that you partner up with me, because we're using the same systems, we're using the same letters, the same team of virtual assistants. So you basically are a partner of me. So you just say, yeah, me and my business partner, we've been doing credit repair for 3-4 years. You could use that. You could have them talk to me. I'll talk to them for you. Just whatever it takes to build that authority. So I'll build that whole system for them, and then all they have to do is just post every single day, 3-4 times, or even 3 or 4 times a week.
So how many people have done your mentorship program?
So far, like 15.
Oh, that's good.
I think I might cut it at that, just because, I mean this in the most respectful way. It is like babysitting, because a lot of people are asking you questions like, oh, what about this, what about that? Before you ask me any questions, look at the whole course, look at the whole program 2 or 3 times, because I laid it out step by step on what to do, like everything, where you just turn off your brain and just execute. And then there's times where like they need help with sales. I'm just like, what do you need help with on sales? The script, the word for
Look at page 5.
It's right there. Because one, your main objective is to be the pricing. That's the only thing. Because whenever they see the results, oh, I don't trust you, is gone. At the end of the day, it's just like, these are people who are your circle. They're gonna either go with a stranger or they're gonna buy from you, right? 9 times out of 10, people go with people that they know. So I always tell people, I was like, there is no trust factor. They already know you. The only thing that's gonna be a factor is the pricing. But at the end of the day, you tell people, listen, like, I'm not gonna be the cheapest, but I'm also not gonna be the most expensive. I'm gonna be fair. And like I said, if you don't like the pricing, go to somewhere else. You know, talk to someone else, but you get what you get. Like, if you pay someone $200 for credit repair, $500, expect those results.
Yeah.
That there are not going to be any. And on top of that, you get 90-day money-back guarantee if nothing's changed. So at that point, what objection do they have?
Yeah.
Because they know it's really going to work. They'll get results the first like 30 days, but I tell them, like, don't tell them that, because I want you to surprise them. So it's like really a system that I have. Because I tell them, yeah, it takes 90 days. Really, I'm under promising, but I'm over delivering. So whenever they get the results in 30 days, they're like, oh my God, my score went up like 100 points, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Do you have any referrals? And then now people are like, oh yeah, like my mom needs it, my cousin needs it, my friend needs it. So I was like, then that's when you ask for referrals. So now you've run $0 in marketing.
That's oh,
Yeah.
I'm just so shocked by all of this.
It's just psychology.
Like, I guess, like, where did you learn all this stuff? You just like woke up one day, you were like, I'm gonna bother this dealership for 2 weeks straight, and then they're gonna have to notice me. Like, did that just come to you? Were you like listening to any motivational sort of like podcasts or mentorships or anything? Like,
I thought about, if I was a CEO, what would I want? I would want hard workers who care about the business, not someone who just wants to punch a clock, waste time. So I was just like, you know what? What's something that no one's ever done before? Never had anyone really be annoying enough to be like, hey, listen, I want to work here. Like, this is what I'm going to do for you. This is how I'm going to improve the business. So that's what I did. I told them exactly that. I was like, whatever you need me to do, I'll make it happen.
Do you feel like you are successful now?
Yes and no. Financially wise, yes. But like I was telling you, I was making all this money. You know, I can do whatever I want, buy whatever I want. But like I said, I still felt empty. I thought this was my purpose that God gave me, but it's actually help others. So, I'll tell you now, because like I've told maybe just like a couple people.
Yeah.
But this whole year, since last year, I was traveling like all over like Latin America. I was supposed to travel to Europe. But, so, have you seen the movie Sound of Freedom?
What's it about?
Okay, if you haven't,
okay, if you haven't, go watch it.
Watch it, but just a heads up, you're gonna cry.
Okay.
Like, it kind of had me tear up a little bit.
Okay, I love that.
So basically, it's about like sex trafficking for kids. And you know, Houston's like #1. So my thing was like, back then when I first saw it, I think I was like a couple years old. I was like, damn, I want to be like Ashton Kutcher, where he like organizes like, you know, secret missions where he'll buy the children, give them a better life, and like go undercover and take them down.
Wow.
So whenever I saw that movie, because like I forgot about that, like that goal of mine, like way back. So I saw it. I was like, dang, like this is what I need to do. One, this is my city, it's Houston. I have to try to save children, women, and whatnot. And I forgot about it because I got busy with my businesses. So church has always been like a big thing for me. I never found a church where I actually resonated with the word. But a friend of mine, like a close friend, we drive 30 minutes out to this church. Everything that I struggled or thought about, they talked about it. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, did you fucking tell this like minister about my life? They're like, no, bro. So I kept going, and every single time I have a struggle, they talk about it. And then one of them, so here's the first one, the word was about what you could do to support the church. There's like protect or like donating to the women who were like trafficked. And then I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so then the second time is, so this lady that used to work at my apartment that I used to live at, she was just like, yeah, I'm actually starting an organization to help women, you know, give them clothes who have been trafficked. I'm just like, what the fuck? My other friend talked about how he's currently being involved with like the police department on helping children who got trafficked. I'm just like, okay, God is telling me something.
Wait, that's crazy.
Like 3 times in one day. So I like canceled all my trips for Europe, and I'm just like, I think I'm gonna start that organization today. So like I told all my friends about it, and especially the ones that make money, they're like, I don't know what to do with my money. Like I need write-offs. I was like, bro, like, go for a good cause.
Yes.
So this year I'm gonna start it. I'm still trying to connect with the right people to help them out. Because like I said, if I'm gonna start an organization, you know how some of them, like nonprofits, like, oh, 50% goes to the families, 50% goes to us. I'm trying to get it where it's like 100%.
Wow.
Because like I said, I want to know where the money's going. If I'm
Yes.
giving the money, I want to be able to prove, hey, listen, like it's going to this family, that family. Obviously, names are gonna be like beeped out,
Yeah.
covered just for protection.
Right, of course.
But I want to make sure 100% of it goes to the
Oh,
family. So that's what I'm
wow.
gonna do. That's my purpose.
That's your purpose.
Yeah,
That's your
I feel
goal.
like that
That's
is, yeah.
So when you feel like that has been established and is going really well, is that end all be all? Do you think you'll pick up another
Whatever.
humanitarian passion project?
Whatever God.
Yeah,
puts in
wherever
my face.
he
'Cause
leads
like I said,
you.
like I'm just like whenever I have a gut feeling or something comes in my face, I literally pause.
Wait.
Hold on.
Take this off.
I think I'm just gonna start it. Life is short.
Yes, life is short.
And you get taken away instantly, but
Yeah.
like if I do pass away one day, I want to make sure that I left an impact. You know, I did
Yes.
something with my life. I didn't just have nice cars, lifestyle. I actually did something with it.
Aw.
So yeah, that's the purpose.
That is such a good little mission statement. That's so wholesome because I was like, oh, my version of success is having like a summer home and a winter
Yeah.
home and like vacation homes.
Yeah.
But wow, now I seem so materialistic compared to
Like,
you.
no, it's just, it shifts. Like I said, like
Yeah.
my mindset shifts. Like sometimes I want to work on something, sometimes I don't. It's just whatever I feel like doing, taking the risk.
Period. All right. Well, any final messages to the viewers? What do you want people to take away from this? What do you want people to learn from watching this podcast?
Really, just take the risk. It doesn't have to be a business risk. It can be anything. Job
Yeah.
change. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I've been at this company for this long, but the quickest way to a raise is to find another job.
Just do the thing.
Take the risk, yeah. Because what's
Do
the worst
the
that can
thing.
happen?
Exactly. Okay,
Like, no,
period.
really, like what?
Yeah.
What could happen?
Exactly. What could happen? And that's crazy because I actually said that in my last podcast. Like, that's why I do the whole podcast thing. It's like, what's going to happen if I get 1 or 2 viewers? Nothing. It's just, that's just how it is. So take the risks, guys. Do the thing. Have fun with your life. But anyway, that is it for Tea Unfiltered. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having
And
me.
yeah, okay, bye. Love you guys.